Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Deep Thoughts on SNL, your Saturday Night Live companion podcast. My name is Rob Moden. With me today are in alphabetical order.
Leah Sueko.
Yep, comes before M, Leah, every time.
I immediately went, are we doing first or last?
Why
Alphabetical.
do I...
I know it's a thing every time. I'm sorry.
Every goddamn time. Every time.
If I ever got stopped by the cops and they were like, say the alphabet backwards, I would be fucked. Like, absolutely.
Also here today is...
Megan MacKay.
Yay!
Yay!
How is everybody? How are people's weeks? Leah, how are you surviving the world while not knowing the alphabet?
Delightful. It's working out pretty well for me. I don't find it necessary most of the time. I do some filing every now and then, and that takes a longer time than it should. But
What do you have in your life to file?
well, I'm working a temp job at the moment, which is very exciting and
Important business documents.
yes, for grain exporting. The life of Leah Sueko.
Are you allowed to say what
I didn't say the company. I didn't say it's not called grain exporting.
Oh, I thought
That
it was.
sounds really made up. That sounds super made up. Like it's covering something up.
I never say anything even halfway honest on this podcast. So, it's probably not true, guys. Oh, no.
How is Portland? How's weather in Portland?
It's amazing. It's like 70 degrees today, you know? Yesterday I just laid out on a blanket all day. Just laid there and soaked up some vitamin D, you know?
What,
So bad.
what is 70 degrees in real temperature?
I don't know. 200 Celsius?
Sounds right. Checked out. Okay. Megan, how is Halifax?
It's freezing cold. All of the snow is taller than me. Like I literally walk through a tunnel to get.
Well, you're a 2-foot person.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
I don't want to talk about
clarify that.
the fact that I look
Megan
at
is 2 feet tall.
it's good. It's great. I'm working and living life. Hashtag YOLO. Today I cleaned my little living space, which was great.
Hashtag YOLO, I cleaned my living space.
I'm not fun. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to say. Like, I went out, had a great time last night. No. You know what I did? Nothing.
You watched SNL.
Mm-hmm.
There you
That's
go.
true. That doesn't
You
really
live in Halifax?
count.
I didn't know this about you.
Only temporarily for work, and then I'm back in Toronto very soon. I don't know why I said that
What
so
do you
weird.
do? You actually run the grain exporting company that I work for.
I
correct?
do. We export a lot
Halifax
of
office.
grain. Yeah, it's mostly grain. No, I write for a TV show out here, so it's pretty cool. Not nearly as fun as actually like getting grain to people who need it, but you know.
I'm saving lives. What are you doing?
Leah, what is the look on their face when you get the grain to the people that need it? Like, is it just like...
It's just so thankful and appreciative, and you know, there's a lot of bowing, and yeah, it feels great because we export to Asia.
Oh my god. I mean, that's something we should all strive for, is like delivering grain to people and like just.
No, I'm changing.
You know,
I actually just got back because
lives.
it's a long boat ride, you know. So
you ride
it
up the boat with the grain every time, like you have to
Yeah, of
escort it?
course.
Isn't there a risk that the grain gets wet? Isn't that bad for the grain?
Oh, that's a big problem. That's a big problem with the grain exporting industry. It's something people don't talk about, but yeah, water and grains don't mix very well unless you're actually ready to cook them, and then it's necessary.
I'm glad we've written this whole new chapter in the League mythology book that has come on this podcast. I just want to say I went to New York and I did not see Saturday Night Live, but I did get very disappointed in the NBC store where this mug is like the only cool Saturday Night Live thing left. They used to have like shirts for like laser cats and like obscure sketches and stuff, and now the store is like 33% Jimmy Fallon, 33% like tumblers for the Today Show, and 33% like just like a T-shirt, like not even like a nice fabric or anything, not even American Apparel, just like a thick thing with just like Saturday Night Live on it, or like there's some Dwight bobbleheads somewhere in there, bumbleheads. It's disappointing. I don't know if anybody. I might be talking to people who have never been to that store, so it means absolutely nothing.
No, I was there during like the Lasercats T-shirt heyday. I have to say, like, this is the first time I've heard someone be snobby about T-shirt fabric. Like, this is the first.
Really? Move to Portland. I was like,
Leah, how big are Heathered T-shirts there? Because I'm thinking about the Heathered T-shirts right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a ring of like Heathered T-shirts going on here, where it's just like people leaving treasure maps around the city where you go and it's like a scavenger hunt for Heathered T-shirts. What do you want from me? Now, you said you went to Magnolia Bakery though on your trip to. Did you see any celebrities
Sorry,
yelling?
I'm still stuck
people?
I'm stuck on your rejected Portlandia sketch of a scavenger hunt for Heathered T-shirts. I went to Magnolia. The cupcakes were fine. They were not as great as I would have expected from its sterling reputation.
Shut up! They're fantastic.
They're fine cupcakes.
So good.
The frosting's great. The cupcakes aren't that great, but the frosting's like just pure cocaine sugar, and it's amazing.
I'm about to quit this podcast right now. Like, I'm literally so mad. I never like this is the only thing I actually have any stakes in tonight.
And we never heard from Megan again.
Well, Megan, so I went to the Daily Show, and you're mad about that. I saw Robert Smigel related to Saturday Night Live. He was the guest. And what was the other thing I did? You're missing Kate McKinnon in Toronto tomorrow.
My only emotion is rage. So this is like pretty fitting in like my range of like just angry.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon and rage. Let's talk about the cold open of her Hillary Clinton.
There's a reason why we're here.
Yeah, right? We've been talking about for 45 minutes about nothing.
There was a purpose behind it, other than my grain exporting adventures. There's a purpose behind this podcast.
It's
International Women's Day as well. So, is that why you asked me and Megan? Because of our vaginas?
Sure.
There you go.
Sure. And that's why we started with a Hillary Clinton cold open, I assume, because
Which was awful.
What?
It was awful. Come on.
Best sketch of the night, probably.
No, you're fucking with me right now.
How much do you hate Kate McKinnon and Joy? I
love Kate. There's nothing but love in my heart for you. I thought she did a fantastic Hillary Clinton. I thought the sketch was horse poop.
Oh, it rode entirely on her like impression and her mannerisms in that character, but like it was still the most entertaining. That was more entertaining than any of the Amy Poehler solo Clinton sketches for me. Any of the Amy Poehler monologues in my memory.
I don't know if I'm gonna agree with that.
She took like such an awesome, unique, different angle to Clinton. Like instead of making her this kind of like, I always felt like Poehler's Clinton, and it feels weird to compare them because Amy Poehler like obviously was good at what she did, but I feel like that's
debatable. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get it. We're gonna. Yeah.
Poehler is a good sketch comedian. I mean.
I'm walking on eggshells right now, is what I'm saying, by saying that she was good at what she did.
She's no Kenan Thompson.
Oh no! Oh no!
We'll save the Kenan. We'll save the Kenan.
Go on.
Last night?
Go on.
But I think that it's refreshing to see her as this like almost like maniacally overconfident sort of Clinton. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that shone through in any of the other Clinton impressions we've seen, Hillary Clinton specifically. So I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yet it seemed like both McKinnon and Poehler grasped onto like desperate to be in power aspect of Clinton, but like Poehler turned it into like maybe reflective of the time, like why is everything piling against me? And then McKinnon is like, all right, this is happening. We are on the road, and this is going to happen. If I run, I don't know.
Yeah. I did like the emails. I did like when she read the emails. I thought those were pretty hilarious. It just went a little long for me. Yeah.
What movie?
Yeah, it was definitely a little long, and that's I think what sort of gave it that tinge of like, you know, like I think if you walk away disliking that sketch, it's probably mostly because the script was long. But I think the impression was solid, and I think it's a bright future ahead of us. It's Clinton impression-wise. So there you go.
It is exciting, as weird as it is that, like, I don't know what the behind the scenes of it is, that Vanessa Bayer is no longer the Clinton impressionist, but that Kate McKinnon is probably announcing that she has this impression through the next election cycle, so it'll be probably Hillary Clinton in debate format, played by McKinnon versus whoever, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. I have this weird thing with Kate McKinnon because I forget she's not on my team because I get so excited when I see her.
That's how good she is.
I know.
You don't care that she got almost all the points tonight.
All the points, yeah. But I get so excited when she walks out, and then like a minute in, I'll be like, oh fuck, I don't get points for this. Why am I? Like, no, you're so good. I love you.
International Women's Day. Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah! Speaking of the length of the sketch, I didn't find it too long, but it seemed like a lot of sketches tonight were actually a lot shorter than I would have expected them.
Yeah.
Like
I think for the better. I think.
Go ahead.
I think sketch comedy is just so much better. If you can make it like the shorter the better. You know what I mean? Like the only thing you can do is improve it until you turn
only
it into
in sketch comedy. Is that a good sentence?
Yeah. I mean, you get to the point where it's like a shredded rag of nothing. But like, I think shorter is easier.
I think the Lonely Island has a rule that all of their songs are shorter than 2.5 minutes because they think that the joke wears out by that point.
Yeah. I think that's smart.
Speaking of smart, let's talk about that Hemsworth monologue. Smart take, hot take on there being multiple Hemsworth brothers. We got a Keenan Hemsworth brother. Leah, you must be over the moon.
So here's my thought on the monologue. As soon as he came out and he was kind of fumbling lines and he was being awkward, and I was like, oh, if you were not so fucking gorgeous. If you were not so gorgeous, I would hate this right now. But I was like, I just know I'm gonna love this episode because I'm so biased on him.
As a straight guy, Hemsworth was pretty good.
He was good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just want to jump his bones so bad that I have no clear thought or rationale. But Keenan was awful in the opening monologue. Absolutely awful. I did like that they at least.
Sorry.
They at least mentioned that he had a terrible accent.
I was gonna say, it sounds like your accent is completely different from every other brother.
Yeah.
What point in the process was that immediately written in, or was that a late Saturday edition after dress rehearsal?
I don't even understand why they had him be the one who came out.
Because he's black. That was the joke.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 other black male cast members.
No, but if you need someone, and here's an honest thing. It seems like if the joke, because we've seen this before, where it's like a sketch or a joke based around the idea that I think it was like the Californians did it as well, where it's like a long lost relative who is black for no reason, and that's Keenan. It always is for some reason. Jay doesn't play those roles. I don't know why.
Probably
honestly
because
don't.
Jay's like still an attractive man, so it's not quite as funny. But I thought Bobby Moynihan would have been funny as coming out being
that would have worked. Yeah.
A Hemsworth. So
what if Riblet was the lost Hemsworth brother?
Don't you friggin' mention Riblet on this podcast. You get out. I came back from seeing a show in New York, and I get to my hotel room, and I log into the Wi-Fi, and I open Twitter, and there's 10 notifications of just you and Jordan and Brian all talking about how much I must be hating the show right now because it's Riblet. 10 notifications.
Were we not right though? We were correct.
It was diminishing returns on Riblet. You have to admit that.
I like Riblet. Long live Riblet.
Speaking of Chris Hemsworth being gorgeous, American Express ad.
Yeah, did you notice that the first 3 sketches all had comments about how huge Chris Hemsworth's penis was?
Oh, penis specifically. I thought you just meant him as a person, because they were all about how attractive he was.
There was all penis comments about Chris Hemsworth. I thought it was kind of funny.
Something happened in the office that week.
I really loved the American Express. I was cracking up laughing because I was like, oh.
I felt like once we got the joke, we kind of had the same joke again. I liked little moments like the boom when he puts on the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
But but luckily it was also a short.
It was
thing.
very
It was
short, yeah.
90 seconds.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
knew
it was-
immediately it was an American Express commercial for some reason.
That's
Like,
the
just-
format. They've done a couple like that, but it's like I don't know. I think the little nuggets worked for it, but I'm glad that they didn't do too much on like, Chris Hemsworth is hot. They just sort of like got it out of the way, and then he got to do like, we'll work through the episode. You got to do some comedy that wasn't just about like Chris Hemsworth, hot guy?
You're
Question mark?
itching to get to the porn star sketch, aren't you?
No, I'm itching to get to the one that occurs in space.
I loved that!
was
Sounds
so
great.
good.
All right, let's. One
that.
thing we can jump right to that, but one thing is that apparently in America it did play immediately. The Mindy Kaling American Express ad apparently played immediately after the Saturday Night Live sketch version of it. I haven't seen the originals, so I don't know if it stuck to the format or if it made it better having seen the originals. But there you go. I don't know.
I think knowing the format, it kind of feels like it's an American Express ad as soon as it comes on. It's sort of like the same tone of like walking around and voiceover, so it added to it.
Mhm.
But I didn't see the Mindy Kaling right after, so.
Should we get like a rating on like how hot Hemsworth is throughout the episode? Like, what is he in the American Express ad out of 10?
10.
35? 35. That's good. Yeah, I'll go with 35. Yeah, I think that's a fair call.
I'm gonna give
All
it
right,
a
so we have the
35 out
bar.
of 10.
We have the bar. We have the bar of 35 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hotness level for that part. Yeah, chicken in space. Let's do it. Sure. That worked way more than it should have.
It works. I mean,
I'm
it was
like
crazy
in awe
how
of that
well-
sketch.
Yeah, it was crazy how well it worked just because there was a fucking chicken in it.
And the chicken like behaved when it absolutely needed to and did not behave at the exact right times.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. Just look at me. Please look at me. All right.
Yeah.
What, don't. But give me your hand. Okay, just listen.
But I mean, well done for him for like rolling with that, right? And I mean, he definitely played into it, and it was really enjoyable to watch that this chicken was not interested in Chris Hemsworth whatsoever.
I think this is a perfect example. Chris Hemsworth, and like I've seen him dinged in reviews, like he wasn't like the most spectacular SNL host where he like comes in with like a character or something, but like in terms of looking dumb, doing dumb accents, saying dumb things, riding in on a scooter
Shut
at
your
some
whore
point.
mouth, Rob!
No, he was great. He was game. He was absolutely
He
game.
was great.
Yeah. He didn't come in with like a character, but he was game for anything they suggested, clearly.
Yeah, I would rather have someone who's like coming in totally like game blank slate than someone who's like, here's the character I want to play. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like it's so like just surrendering yourself to the process just makes it that much more like, oh my god, that guy did that. Like, I'm enjoying this. That's what I do instead of laughing. I go, I'm enjoying this.
Out loud to yourself and nobody else.
Yeah, it's to an empty room. There's no one else here. But I thought chicken sketch. I thought like so stupid, and like literally, I was sitting there like watching it through my fingers because I was like losing it. I didn't know what to do with my hands. Like, it was a disaster. Also, Chris Hemsworth hotness level in the chicken sketch, I would say like 56 out of 10. Like, it just went up.
56 out of 10.
Playing it with that chicken, I was like, this guy is owning it.
Look, I'm going to start writing these down. Leah, what was your hotness level on this one?
My hotness level on this one, I mean, he's fucking a chicken in it, so automatically I'm gonna have to go like 34.
Oh, you only lost 1 point for fucking a chicken. Oh my god.
So just to recap, I wanna make sure I have this. So for Amex, Megan put him at a 35 out of 10. Leah, what did you put him for Amex?
35 out of 10.
Okay, so you agreed. Then 34 out of 10 from Leah for I'll put an asterisk, and in the legend I'll write chicken fucking.
Yeah, chicken fucking.
And then for Megan, 50 out of 10.
I went 56. Get it right or don't
Oh,
get
shit.
it at all.
All right. Well, it's okay. I'll take the little 0 and I'll put a little arm on the top to make it a 6. So there you
Is
go.
there a reason you're writing these down? Like, is this for your personal records?
Well, at the end, we're going to like add it all up and see what.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well,
Sure.
we
See
started
what his
now.
plot points were for the episode.
Yeah, sure. This could be a running thing throughout the next episode. When they announce that the next host is Steve Buscemi or something, we'll have the reference.
Oh, Steve Buscemi is a huge crush of mine, though, so I don't know.
Here's the thing. So going back to chicken fucking sketch. I can be snobbish and stuff about like because there's even a game that I create of just like taking sketches down to like their one-line description and how like dumb and interchangeable that they all sound. But like somebody suggested they're on a spaceship and a chicken is the captain and they all have a problem with the chicken. And like everyone nodded approvingly, like, yeah, let's do that.
But
And
how
then
does that have gold to you? Like, I would literally be like, let's get married. Like, that's an incredible sketch idea.
but it worked.
Good.
I was saying it worked, so we're all on the same side in the end.
I cut you off. I got too defensive too quickly. That's fine.
Yeah, I already said that I loved this sketch. Calm down, jeez.
56.
Yeah. I don't know. Should I start writing my own down? Let me see.
Yes, you should. You need to tell us what they are. You can't just like write them anonymously.
Okay, Amex. I mean, he was a solid 27.
Okay, good.
And then the chicken sketch. I mean, chickens don't do it for me, but that gray jumpsuit was a solid 49.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
I don't know why.
Wait, he went up in so both of you think he went up in sexiness.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. I'm gonna switch those around. It's completely arbitrary. 49 for Amex. 27 for chicken fucking. We're earning that explicit tag on iTunes this week.
Yeah.
Do we want to jump back to, or what do we want to talk about next? Should we complete the trifecta of Chris Hemsworth is hot sketches with the Disney Channel sketch?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, okay, so yeah, this was the sketch. So I don't know.
I liked this sketch a lot more than I probably would, just because of Cecily and 80s descriptions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually really liked Kyle Mooney's description of him.
What was his line?
About the nipples. He was like, his nipples are really. Is that a thing? I feel like his nipples are really small and pointy. And yours must be wide and pudgy or something like that.
And his thing of like, we can't see your nipples, so you're not like you must not be him. Like,
Yeah.
I thought if you're gonna talk about how hot a host is, this is the way to do it. You take a cast member and you just like destroy their self-esteem, and
Okay.
it's hilarious.
So Matt and Rob are constantly talking about how hot Terry Gilliam is.
Terry Gilliam's hot. No,
Wait.
Terry Gilliam is super hot. I
Wait.
agree.
Clarification. Around the time of Boys Dance Party, there were multiple articles, including Vulture, about how look at Taron Killam's guns in the Boys Dance Party
Sure,
sketch.
reason it away, Rob. Just reason it away.
Just embrace it, man. He's hot.
But how
Yeah.
scrawny did he look next to Chris Hemsworth?
Well-
He looks so fucking scrawny. That shirt was just hanging on him, and Chris was like, "Bam! This is me in a shirt."
Well, like, how about this? Let's rate Chris Hemsworth out of 10 for this sketch. With the double asterisk that he's in a white Sprouse Twins wig and like a Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts. Leah, out of 10.
Oh gosh, this was my least favorite because he was a kid. He was playing a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give him a 24.5.
24.5.
Yeah.
Megan.
I don't know if I can give it a number. Like, honestly, I'll choose to make a generalization instead. I would probably take Killam in that stupid ass outfit over Hemsworth. Like, period.
All right. Well, since you wouldn't pick a number, I've decided on a symbol. I'm going to write the Prince symbol next out of 10.
This podcast has been so shallow this week. What is happening?
International Women's Day.
You see
International
that's
Women's Day, girl power.
I'm saying 12 out of 10. Now, we can also make a little column for Taryn. Leah, out of 10, Taryn in this sketch?
3.
Out of 10, wow. Okay,
Does
Megan?
nothing for me.
I don't know. 21.
21 out of 10. I am going to. I gave Hemsworth a 12. For Taryn's esteem, I'm gonna give him a 13.
Oh, that's
Oh.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's
No,
sweet.
I can't break his heart. He's a friend of the league.
You're right. I'll give him a 13 as well. A pity 13.
Megan, this predates you, but he did once correct Russell's math on one of the point breakdowns. So there you go.
So good. Love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Correcting our math.
Can't wait until his wife Kobe Smulders hosts, which is definitely
Yeah,
going to
mark it
happen.
down on the 5th of never, Rob.
It's gonna happen, you guys. I drafted her. It's gonna happen.
I love her, and I would love to see her host, but I don't want to see her host this season just because you drafted her.
That's what happened with Hemsworth. I'm pretty sure I drafted Hemsworth last year and it didn't happen. Anyway, going back to the sketch, Cecily's endless description of Chris Hemsworth was great. A.D. Bryant's key line, I think it's her only role of the entire night, but she made it with like his butt is like tight and round and like up, and yours is like, well, I go to the bathroom out of this thing, and like that's about it. And, like,
Yeah.
Yep. I laugh even when you say it because it's a good line.
yeah, even when I say
Even as unfunny as you are, she laughed.
It's like, this is the podcast where I get fired. It's good.
There's been
Fired
like
from
4
the
where I have, so it's fine.
Fired from the podcast, from my
Yeah.
job. If they don't even know that I do this, they're gonna fire me.
any last notes on that sketch?
No, I won't bring it up.
Okay. Now, I think it's fair to say that up until this point, like it was a strong episode, and then like a couple of faults before Update. I thought Update was the best of the season. We can get into that now or in a little bit.
Really?
But then after Update, I thought that the show kind of started going downhill.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any sketches that, because still before Update, we have the Empire ad, we have Iggy Azalea. Then after Update, we have the Avengers victory, the soap opera, Reality House, and the porn stars.
Actually, out of like all the seasons, there really wasn't a skit that fell completely flat with me.
No, yeah, I think it was a pretty consistent, like relatively consistent night. I think I'm really excited to see Kate do Iggy more. I wish they had gone after her harder because she said a lot of stupid stuff in the past 6 months, and I think there's a lot of fodder, but we'll get there. I'll trust that we'll get there.
I thought that was the sketch that got closest to not working. Like
I did too. I thought, yeah, it was very, very...
Weirdly enough, Chris Hemsworth's line readings on some of the lines was what saved it for me. Like when the gun noises when it's like pew pew, that's a tiny gun. Or I don't know why that worked.
Yeah, I know, definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely my least favorite sketch, but I also didn't hate it. Like there were still parts of it that I was enjoying in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely my least favorite of the night.
Nice.
Next to the cold open.
How hot was he in those? Were they?
Oh, the dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks.
Oh, he's gonna get into single digits with the dreadlocks.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I'd give him a 10.
Okay. You know the definition of single digits.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Megan?
I'd give him a 0. That was a rough stuff.
Really?
Give him the first 0 of the night. Yeah.
So
That
from
was rough.
Megan, a 0 out of 10. From Leah, a perfect 10 out of 10, which is a low single digit number. I'll give him a 5 just to be in the center and mix it up.
Nice. I don't think white boys need dreadlocks. That's the point. I'm taking a stand on that.
Don't move to Portland. You would hate it here.
Well, Halifax is basically the Portland of the Maritimes, right?
If they
I've
don't
seen
have
like 4. I've been here for 2 weeks. I've seen 4 people. Like it's so cold. No one goes outside. I don't. It's ridiculous. Don't even get me started, man.
Yeah. There's not really much to talk about for the Iggy Azalea sketch. Or what about the Empire sketch? Is there much to talk about there?
I loved the Empire sketch. I haven't seen the show, but it's like exactly spot on for the commercials. It was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I think it's Hemsworth felt a little shoehorned in. I think they probably could have done the whole sketch without him there, but I enjoyed it. So.
No, Chris Hemsworth was the best part of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they could have done a really good takeoff of Empire, like without just shoving him in there. But I did enjoy his contribution.
Weirdly enough, I've seen AV Club and Vulture and Hitfix or someone. I think they all dinged it for saying like the premise didn't make sense. Where it's like, why would they put a white person on Empire to appeal to white audiences? It's the biggest show in like a long time, which I think was the joke of the sketch, like that.
Yeah.
They're inserting somebody even though it doesn't need it at all in any way. So that didn't make sense. While all the other reviewers seemed to dislike it, but yeah, I thought it was funny in itself.
Funny with him coming with the birthday card, and he was like,
and backing away.
Yeah, when he came in with the balloons, and he just like walks out. I feel like anybody would have been funny in that, like Beck Bennett or Kyle Mooney. Like anybody would have worked, and just throw a. He works a little less because he's hot, and I feel like the women would have like been panty dropping if that was the guy who was coming in to write their accounts. But
even with his slacks must ding him some points of hotness, right?
No, I'm gonna give him a 74 in this one. Yeah, you give me clean cut slacks and a button down. I'm on it.
Is that the highest score of the night? Is 74 the highest score he's gotten so far?
It is, absolutely. Unless, well, depending on how you count a print symbol, but yeah.
God. Okay, slacks, glasses, dork. I mean, that's pretty much like prime 10 on a regular scale. But then you have to factor in that it's also Chris Hemsworth. So I'll give him a 62.
62. So these.
I feel like I
need
to be the voice of reason.
For both of you, hottest that he has appeared in all of the sketches we talked about so far, all tonight.
Yeah, well, that's real. That's just real.
He had the backpack on. So I used to have a really young teacher when I was in high school, and he used to walk around with one of those backpack things, and he was so cute.
A fanny pack?
No, you know when people wear backpacks and they have like it clipped in the front, like it's gonna go somewhere?
No,
like
I don't know when people wear backpacks. I've never seen that in my life.
No, but when they clip it in the front, when they have it clipped in the front,
yes.
And he had that, it's like such a dorky, but it does it for me. Like that just sends me over the moon. When
me too. Weirdly enough, this is getting weird. Yeah, I was into that. I was like, yeah, I like the fact that he's safe with his possessions. They're not falling out anytime soon.
Not going anywhere. This is a responsible man. This is who you want to breed with.
How did I find the two backpack, two strapping, buckled fetishes? What is going on?
It's hot.
Empire.
It's
hot.
Empire.
Fox, watch it.
Fox.
It's hot over here.
Great example for International Women's Day.
This is great.
Update or anything after? What do we want to talk about? I liked Update. I thought Update was best this season.
Then go for it. You go.
Here's the thing. I really like Jost and Che's mix of deliveries. We talked about this in the group thread, but like the only weak part would have been that part where Jost takes Che's joke, and it turns out to be a sabotage move to make a joke about Jost having a small penis, and then he messes up the reading and reads as 36 inches instead of 3.6 inches, and it makes the entire segment. It's great. It's fantastic.
It was the funniest part of the.
and Che just laughing at him, and some like little unscripted improvisation and ad-libbing there, and it was great. And then they're piling on for Dr. Conrad, isn't? I don't know. I wrote this down for some reason. I thought the name was very important. Dr. Ben Carson, and now they're like, guess we're piling on, and then they just keep going, and then it's like, and then it ended with Che going, Dr. Ben, nah, just kidding. It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
I enjoy when they do the repeated jokes about one dumb thing that happened, which I think started under, I think Amy Poehler, whether with Tina Fey or Seth Meyers, started.
I think it was Amy and Tina that started doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's really watching them break format and like sort of like join forces in a way against a common thing, or like, you know, create any sort of dynamic between the two of them. It just makes the desk pop so much, and I really love it. I think that the Jost doing Che's joke could have like worked so well that when he flubbed it, if he didn't flub it and it was just about like dick size, it wouldn't have worked for me. But if it had been any other joke, like sabotage joke that wasn't about like dick size, it still would have worked, I think. I think it just like the content needed that weird accidental.
So wait, dick size jokes work when it's about Chris Hemsworth having a big dick, but when your golden child boy Colin Jost is supposedly having a small dick, suddenly you're against dick jokes.
I just want to be medically accurate on this podcast. Like, I don't.
I feel it's important. I feel that is important. Yeah.
No, the difference is that it's the nitty gritty, like the detail in which they describe Chris Hemsworth. Like they get into a lot of detail versus that the joke on the desk was just like.
What detail did I miss in these sketches?
It's just like in whatever. You guys don't understand. I'm too complicated for this.
No.
I don't understand what details were subtly subconsciously passed through in the writing.
What was the name of the twin sketch where it's like they're going through all like the physical details? Like it's really like that kind of level of like oh, it's like your
that was his body.
Nipples.
They were describing his body, not his dick.
No, there was a dick comment.
There was a dick
Karen
comment.
Killam says, I have a better
but that's
penis.
That's not a description of a dick. I don't have an image in my mind of Chris Hemsworth's dick from that sketch.
Look, man.
I do.
I could talk about Colin Jost's dick all night. But I feel like we should move on.
Moving on.
Leah?
Yes? You want me to
Thoughts?
describe his penis? Is that what you're calling on me?
Update.
Oh, let me switch gears then.
You have your thinking fist up to your chin right now.
I didn't really. I don't know. Like, so in our little chat thing, somebody made the comment about why they don't enjoy the Weekend Update desk as much as because it was more like jokey with them, whereas like Shay and Jost actually do political. It's more serious and newsy-ish. I don't know. They said it much better than me, but I agree with that.
No, I'm laughing because I think you mispronounced both of the anchor names.
Shay and Jost.
Shay and
Jost.
Or
Jost.
Is it soft?
Nobody knows.
Jost.
It's Colin Jost.
Colin Jost. Colin Jost.
I'm so sad now. Colon. For all of you, my boy named Colon.
I saw somebody comment that like it seems like Jost and Che don't have a shared comedic viewpoint. And like Update itself doesn't have a shared comedic viewpoint, which I can agree with. I don't think it necessarily versus like Tina and Amy and Seth, Tina and Fallon, like they seem to be coming from the same point of view, at least in terms of news jokes, whereas Che and Jost have very kind of different styles, and they don't, like Update itself seems kind of schizophrenic.
Yeah, I just don't really enjoy the two of them together, to be honest. That's all it is. I didn't like Leslie Jones when she came on, and she like normally when
that was pretty weak for Jones. That was like maybe her most diminished returns.
But she was
for
angry
doing
with
stand-up.
him, and she kept being aggressive with him, and I much prefer it when she flirts with him and calls him, like, her little marshmallow or, you know.
What did she call him? Hold on. I tweeted what she called him this week, and it was adorable. It was like frosty-ass snowman.
Something
See,
like
I think that was supposed to be derogatory, though.
Yeah,
Frosty-ass snowman.
And then Jost does like a damn, and she goes, "Shut up!" Really, really.
Don't you ever say that again.
That made me laugh. But like, just for some, just the stand-up itself was all right, and for some reason, like they introduced her as going to talk about dating, and then the entire thing was about the weather, which just threw me off for some reason. I don't know why.
She did go on a date in the sketch. It's when she got what was it? Rat
AIDS.
Dust in her mouth.
She got rat AIDS.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Cecily came back with a girl who you don't want to talk to at a party, which I still enjoy immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still really works.
Pass.
Great conversation.
Cool.
Great segue. Great segue.
I refuse to comment.
I did really love that Jost called Leslie on a terrible segue.
Yeah, that was so good. That really worked for me.
I did like that part. I think that might have been my favorite part.
Chris Hemsworth hotness scale on update.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, go on.
So, yeah, that was a really big oversight, I feel, in the update desk, was to not have Chris Hemsworth just stand in the background.
He could just portray, like, Portugal on the map or something.
Yeah.
So out of 10.
I give him a 15.
I don't know, man.
You give him what,
Nice.
sir?
A 15.
15.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he was doing something fine backstage.
Okay. I gave him an equal score to the Empire sketch. For completely arbitrary reasons. Megan?
All you need is Jost, baby. I'm not going to give him a rating. Give him another Prince symbol.
Ooh, slap in the face to Hemsworth.
You're giving him an NA? Alright.
No, give him a Prince symbol. I even
fine.
asked for it by name. Damn it.
Let's power through the rest of these sketches because they're all kind of meh to me. But maybe we'll have some other stuff to talk about in like the Avengers one. Pretty straightforward. Some kind of not great impressions of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
I didn't feel like the Chris Evans was even an attempted impression.
Yeah.
Was that supposed to? Yeah, I really didn't.
I think when they had Renner as the host and they did an Avengers sketch, Moynihan was Hulk, Taron was Captain America, I want to say, and then like Sudeikis was Tony Stark. It's weird that they all shifted around.
Yeah, what's his name? Pete Davidson just looked so sickly when he came out. I was concerned when he came out as the Hulk, and I was like, I feel like he has the flu or something.
Dude, that guy's ripped. They Instagrammed a picture of his abs, and he's got abs on abs.
20 pounds. Like, it's not hard to have when you're that skinny. There's like nothing covering your muscles.
Well, Davidson versus Mark Ruffalo, who's more attractive?
Mark Ruffalo, come on.
Megan's silences.
I don't know, because it's such a weird comparison. Like, I feel like maybe Pete Davidson wasn't the right choice to play Bruce Banner, or he was, and they just didn't give him enough to play. You know what I mean? So it's. I did like
his reading of like I think I ate a guy. I did like that.
I like
and
that
that's why
it's at the bottom of the screen. Hulk, I think I ate a guy. That actually made me laugh really hard.
Yeah, I think if you gave him another line, it would have really worked for me. But
now Thor doesn't have an Australian accent, correct?
He has
like accent, baby.
He has like an has an Australian meets English accent somewhere in there.
Oh no, it's super British. It's not Australian.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a really British accent.
Australian accent as Thor. It really threw me off. I was confused.
I didn't notice at all. Oh, but
I didn't really either.
Bit of a soap opera sketch. All right, Leah, defend the soap opera sketch for us.
What the fuck is the soap opera sketch?
The Keenan as acting coach sketch.
Defend it.
Defend it.
I completely forgot about that sketch. I did not like it at all.
What?
And then they just have this like cop out of an ending where it's just like, oh, they left. Oh, they're already off the lot. She's just like,
100% accurate Keenan impression. By the way. That, first of all, the irony of Kenan Thompson being an acting coach. Second of all, Hemsworth was actually the highlight of this one for me, with his head shaking Scooby Doo thing, and then like dying. I thought it was great. That's what made me laugh throughout.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
I don't think I laughed at anything in the sketch.
Yeah,
Hemsworth looked really hot though in the sketch, so that was good.
Reality House.
I loved Reality House. Nobody liked Reality House?
I could leave it, but I don't know. I didn't think it was one of Mooney Bennett's better ones, but
I think
Yeah,
it's probably...
it didn't feel very fresh. You know what I mean? I feel like it's sort of been done before, and I don't know if Good Neighbor had enough, like a strong enough voice to make it stand out from like the bajillions of sketches that were identical to it. Maybe not even on SNL, like just in the world. But, you know, I love those guys. Give them a 6. Give them both a 6 out of 6 right now.
Out of 6.
We have out of 6 now.
I think I really like the Good Neighbor sketch, which are high on production value in terms of like lots of editing and or crappy editing, like the Chris for President ones where it has like a bunch of B-roll and stuff, versus like See,
I really don't like their stuff normally. Just really don't like it. So.
Or even the Andrew Garfield one, which I thought this was going to be a
This was very
like the Andrew
similar.
Garfield.
Yeah, this
was
one was very
like
similar.
crappy sitcom, but like instead it was just kind of more of a concept of what like the most boring reality show drama possible, and
I thought it was hilarious. I really did like this sketch a whole lot. I really did. I was just cracking with her like, I can't trust you. You said you were ordering food, and now you want to make food. I thought it was funny.
You know what I want to see more of, Good Neighbor-wise, is Kyle Mooney talking to people, like doing streeters, like talking to people on the street.
Well, the SNL 40 sketch was going to be
the cut SNL 40 sketch is so funny.
Yeah,
like I want to see more of that. So good.
Apparently, it was kind of actually from the pre-show. It wasn't even going to be in the proper SNL 40 special. Is something I read.
Yeah.
And it was way better than most of the stuff that was in the 40 special. So.
Yeah.
The
We
weird
didn't talk
red
about
carpet
that at
thing.
the top. Maybe we'll talk about your reactions to SNL 40 after this.
Nice.
And then porn stars. Dead silence.
It's a porn star sketch. I mean,
a porn star sketch. Yeah.
They always work for me. They're
Yeah.
always fun. I really liked the prostate joke, which I'm pulling up right now so I can read it and ruin it for everyone.
Cecily actually has a strength in like, well, some of her stuff, like the recurring characters that worked for Cecily seem to have like a long lifespan, like because they're like girl who you don't want to talk to at a party or porn stars, like they're kind of based on the idea of subbing just ridiculous lines in, so.
Yeah.
So it's hard for them to kind of run out of steam. The same kind of format as Stefan, just like you have like a base character, but then you just say ridiculous things in a certain format. And Jebediah Atkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. You create this character that people love, and then give them crazy shit to say, and people are never going to get sick of it. It's comedy. Comedy is just that. It's just doing the same thing over and over again. It's why people still love Garfield. So.
Versus like recurring characters in sketches where they do the same thing every time, like say a bunch of the Kristen Wiig characters.
I was gonna say Kristen Wiig. I feel like was super guilty of that, just doing the same shit every time.
Versus saying ridiculous things and therefore potentially never having an ending supply of stuff.
Yeah.
I worded that in the worst way possible, but you know what I mean.
Made sense. We got it.
Yeah.
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 And then I liked Chris Hemsworth. Again, okay, so this was one of the sketches where Chris Hemsworth like really kind of bit into it, and I was really appreciative of it. I liked his bits. I liked his bits. Could be taken out.
Yeah.
Did somebody say, "What's that smell?" Like he said, he had a great delivery of that I can't replicate off the top of my head. He nailed the Spanish titles of the movies, like "Y tu Mama," "Y tu Papa," "Y tu Circus Clown," and "Amigo Tambien."
Yeah.
That was good.
And mispronouncing it at Dolce & Gabbana as "douche and go bye-bye."
Yeah. Or douche and go bananas.
I had it as "bye-bye," but you could be right.
No. He said both of them.
Oh, okay.
The second
There you go.
time he said douche and go bananas.
All right. Yeah. And then, yeah, so solid show.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the Zac Brown Band?
They played music, and they had
Mhm.
hats. Enough for
They
me.
They were actually, thankfully, cut from the Hulu presentation of Saturday Night Live.
The main guy actually, he was wearing like a hat, and he looked kind of like a like off-brand version of the game or Mystery, the guy who ran the game. Like he top hat and a vest, and like it was weird.
I was just thinking of all the great sketches I could do if I had those hats. So, like, I sat through most of them just being mad that I didn't have those hats. So, I don't know if I'm equipped to comment.
Yep. Shall we move on to points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points. Okay. So, what are we expecting for Hemsworth?
70?
What? Sorry, what did Megan say? I heard 70 from.
I said
Leah.
90s.
90s. 84 for Hemsworth. Now again, this is completely arbitrary for anybody who doesn't know. This is imagine a sports fantasy league, but with SNL cast members and hosts, and we all draft them and have our teams. And it's based on stuff like showing up in sketches, doing singing and swearing and stuff. Number 1 of the cast was Kate McKinnon, 59 points.
Yeah.
That's low, though.
Number 2, a little surprising, at 50 points. Who do you think?
Keenan.
Yeah, I would say Keenan as well.
No, Keenan had 32 points. Cecily at 50 points.
Really?
Yeah,
That
she
worked
kept on
for
putting in the
me.
time. She had a solid night. I was really happy to see her because she's been missing for a few episodes, it felt like.
Yeah, she's so great.
Sashir at 34.
Nice.
Leslie at 30. Jay 22. Kyle 22. Taryn 19. Bobby 15. Vanessa 13. I think based entirely on being in the porn star sketch. Beck 12. Pete 12. 85.
Ugh.
Whoa.
My
These are
ass
so low
handed to me this week. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no.
wild how low the numbers are.
Yeah.
It seems like a interesting week. 80 is usually much higher.
Sashir, when I was watching it, I was like, I can't believe I'm getting all of my points this week from Sashir.
Sashir and Cecily showed up a lot more than usual. But good week for the girls. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was solid. Moving on to like news and stuff. So I do want to actually get some opinions about SNL 40 because I got to just talk for an hour straight afterwards on that Super Sausage Fest podcast. But Leah, what were your thoughts on SNL 40? What was your favorite bit of the show?
I liked when Bill Murray sang the Jaws theme.
There you go. That was awesome. That was great.
I really, really love that. Other than that part, there was... I turned it off before it ended.
What?
Wow.
I was bored. I was bored out of my mind.
I thought the consensus from like people who regularly watch SNL was that it was really good, and then like people who don't necessarily watch all the time were kind of mixed. But I'm surprised that you turned it off.
I turned it off. I was also playing Cards Against Humanity through the rest of it.
Oh, so you were enjoying really good comedy, really good original comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was enjoying People versus a shitty special where Eddie Murphy, there's a 10-minute long introduction for Eddie Murphy Lifetime Achievement, and he comes out and goes, and here we go to commercial. It was so fucking stupid.
Solid Eddie Murphy impression. Just nailing it on the impression snipe.
That's my Eddie Murphy.
I do want to say that, I don't want to get into like whether he should have played Bill Cosby or not. But the whole Eddie Murphy could have played Bill Cosby at the end of that Jeopardy sketch that would have like taken that Jeopardy sketch to a new level and been like legendary in its own right. Just like because the joke was that it was Eddie Murphy in his like first sketch in like 30 years, and instead we just got Keenan kind of mumbling.
I don't think Eddie Murphy was interested at all in participating.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the thing, and I feel like they decided to give him an award just to get him there and just to make an announcement that Eddie Murphy was going to be on the show.
Yeah.
Because he was obviously not fucking interested at all.
Yeah, that guy's done everything, and, like, he's had a really successful career, and, like, I don't want to undercut all the good stuff he's done, but, like, if you're done with comedy, it's cool to just be done with comedy. Like, phoning it in like that is disappointing.
Yeah.
And I'm so disappointed that for the reason behind why he didn't do Cosby, and, like, I mean, like, I vlog about this, so I have a lot of feelings about it, and I won't go into them. But I think it's crazy. I mean, it feels like it's a bummer and a missed opportunity. But anyway.
Yep. Digital Short was really good.
Digital Short was great.
Yep.
Update was great. Jane
what was
and
great?
I did like the update. Yeah, I liked the update.
Jane, Amy, and Tina.
They brought back Sudeikis and Forte as the ESPN Classics, which I did not expect, and just because it's so weird, and nobody I think people like them, but I don't think anybody would name them as their favorite thing. So
no, I don't think so.
I
felt like a lot of what they chose to do was in that realm, like Dan Aykroyd doing the fish thing.
Oh, hold on, no, Bassomatic is, like, everybody loves Bassomatic.
No.
People feel really strongly about Bassomatic. It is like an
strongly
iconic.
about Bassomatic.
Me too!
It sounds like a joke, but they're like, yeah.
Everyone was losing their mind over Bassomatic.
It was a little sad that it was, like, half the speed of the original, but, like, yeah.
Yeah, Aykroyd's got a few years on him. Give him time. He's getting there.
He doesn't have time.
As evidenced by the fact that he couldn't bother to put on a real suit, and instead he just kind of wore some sort of like a beanie, and yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Any final thoughts on SNL 40? I just wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to get your opinions on a record.
I was disappointed in it. I wasn't very pleased with it.
Oh no.
That's all I have to say.
I think it was strange to see that amount of pomp and circumstance over that kind of show, over this show. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird to see, like, a red carpet, like, all these celebrities. And, like, it totally makes sense, but it was just this weird sort of looking glass experience where you're like, oh, no, this is actually how the world is. It's not just this show that is just me and the show and a bunch of other people watching the show and talking about it on Twitter. Like, it's a legacy. So it was kind of nice to see. I had one other thing to say. If they had done Senator Tim Calhoun, I would have been fine. I would have been great.
Well, he showed up in the auditions supercut.
Yeah, he was just in there for like 3 seconds. I was like, that's not enough for me. Like, I appreciate it.
Will Forte doing Tim Calhoun as an audition character is insane to me, because that is like amazing.
That character's so good. I
love it. I'm just like impressed that somebody would go with that as their impression piece, because it's so like small and like weird, and yeah.
It's so Will Forte though. It's so him. Like those little weird characters are like what is the best, I think.
Last Man on Earth coming back, third episode tonight.
I still haven't seen it. I'm trash.
First episode today.
You did? You don't sound happy.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to keep watching it. I'm interested to see where it could possibly go, because it doesn't seem like there's... Oh, but can I just say I loved Martin Short in the SNL 40. He was the
musical stuff. That whole musical segment was pretty good.
Everything he came out and did, I loved Martin Short when he kept popping up.
And Beyonce next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Beyonce, and Maya's Beyonce, and then everybody else has their musical bits. What was Megan going to say?
I was going to say, this is going to get me in trouble, but I'm not I don't really like Martin Short.
Really?
I think at this age he can go a little too broad, a little bit. Like he wasn't doing anything to save Mulaney, I don't think.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, I respect his legacy, and he's done crazy amounts of stuff, and he's like he's a talented guy, but I'm just not my cup of tea. Maybe that makes me a little shit, but
No, the
you
reason
know?
the reason why I enjoyed him so much was it was apparent to me that he still he was the only one who actually seemed comfortable out of the older people performing. Like everybody else kind of seemed over it. They didn't seem quite very comfortable with it. They seemed a little begrudgingly that they were doing these things.
I would argue that Steve Martin
off.
did incredible though. Steve Martin is probably
Really?
yeah, I would say he did he was
Martin,
the
I
choice
didn't.
for the monologue. Really?
No, I thought they were all very stale and very forced. They had no chemistry whatsoever. It was obvious that none of these people actually.
I'll side with Megan that Steve Martin, that's his persona to begin with. That he's distant and like a very kind of a layer of fakeness to him. That's his entire act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like it. To me, it was obvious that these people do not perform very much, other than Martin Short. Martin Short was the only one who seemed to have any sort of comedic timing and having fun with it still.
Chevy Chase was so kind of seemingly out of it a little bit that I didn't know whether his messing up was him or leading into the for the hearing impaired bit. I think it was revealed that he was messing up on purpose, but it seemed a little, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk briefly about? Actually, we could also throw in Parks and Rec ended. If anybody has some major thoughts on that. Megan's crying. Leah
I cried
seems to
so
not
much. I cried 4 times in that hour. So I'm a sucky baby. It was so good.
Does Leah care about Parks and Rec?
I mean, I've watched all of Parks and Rec. I'm sad that it's over, but no, I don't care. I don't care.
I've seen all of Parks and Rec. I'm its biggest fan. I cried multiple times. You're basically April right now.
No, I don't care.
Right.
I feel like all the good writing staff left with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I don't know. It was whatever. Yeah. I don't care. I was ready for it to be gone.
I've gone on record on this podcast against Brian mostly that season 6 kind of took a dip in quality for me, and then
yeah, massively.
I liked this season, and the finale. The finale was satisfying, but not surprising. That was my main takeaway from it. The whole jumping into the future to see people kind of where you would expect them to be. It was satisfying, but I never was oh man, cool.
Yeah, there was absolutely no surprises. It was kind of nice that you get to get a solid idea of what happens to these people, but there was absolutely nothing surprising about it. It's exactly what you would have pictured in your head happens to every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a smart move.
Fine. It was sentimental and whatever. Sure.
I think it was a smart move, especially after How I Met Your Mother and how that fell out and how mad people got about that ending. For a good reason, because it was so stupid.
I'll argue with you about that. I'll argue.
Really? Okay, we'll talk later. But I think that it's I don't know. It worked for me in a way where it's yeah, that's kind of what you want from a show like that. Just a nice little bow on the package.
To defend How I Met Your Mother for a second, it was. Here's what I think. I think people had their main problem with How I Met Your Mother. I think it would have been fine had the thing that they filmed 8 years ago or whatever of the kids in the second season, saying the way that they filmed it, the attitude of the kids is hey, why don't you go bang Robin versus Dad, I think there's something we need to talk about. I think you're actually in love with Robin. There was an attitude there where all the 9 seasons in between was just all right, Dad, yeah, Mom's dead, but you know what? Get your dick wet. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they took it to a place where it's no one, what? He's not going to bang Robin. It doesn't make sense for him to go and bang Robin. It's at that point in the series, I don't know. I think they planned ahead, and then they went off course, and they were oh shit, and they had to steer it back onto course way too quickly and didn't feel natural. But anyway, I'll fight with you.
Welcome back to How I Met Your Mother. The How I Met Your Mother podcast. All right, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. We can talk really briefly about that because I know Leah hasn't seen it, but Megan, we're all in on telling people you should go watch Kimmy Schmidt.
It's so good. Watch it.
Do. It's America, unbreakable. That
It's
song's
the
in my
best
head.
cover I've heard of that song, and I've only heard one cover of it. My standards are low. Yeah, no, it's so funny, and it's really well written, and it's by a lot of the same people who did 30 Rock, so it has that vibe. There's a joke in there about a fire station not being able to afford a fire pole, so the firemen just do a free fall from the top floor to the bottom floor every time there's a fire, which might be my favorite visual image, like, on planet Earth. And that's just a taste.
Those final 3 episodes, which are like the trial, are filled with like a lot of gems. It's I would say it's like it's kind of the wit and non sequiturs and weird lines of like 30 Rock meets like the optimism of a Parks and Recreation. So
it's great. It's really good.
So Leah, are you going to watch it? This is our pitch to you.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. I'm not a huge fan of the chick in it.
What? What?
Oh my god.
She carried the second half of The Office.
I did not watch the second half of The Office.
She was the only reason to watch that.
No, I don't like the whole doughy-eyed,
She's not, though. She's got a lot of substance to her in this. And she did in The Office, too, I will say. But
I gave up on The Office, not because of her, but because it was horse shit after a couple of seasons. So.
She has those little reservations. Ellie Kemper has like those little reservations of anger and rage that like when they break out, it's really good. Like in The Office, there was like a plot line where she got very angry. But like in this one, there's that meme that's going around. I think Matt just shared it of like the teen girl being mean to her and saying like 1996 called, they want their clothes back, and then Ellie Kemper just says back 2090 called, you're dead and you wasted your time on Earth.
It's just so good.
It's great.
Give it a chance. Like give it a chance.
I'll give it a chance. I mean, yeah, I'm not.
Leah didn't react to that joke. She just took a drink from her glass silently. So there you go. Shall we move on to trivia? Everyone's favorite.
Woo! I'm so good at trivia. Oh my goodness.
This is far more enthusiastic than I would have gotten from almost anybody else on the podcast, because I think they want to wring my neck at this point for trivia. But I love it because I like messing with people. So we're gonna play some games of trivia to see who is the biggest fan of SNL this week, based on mostly again arbitrary trivia. So there you go. First game we're gonna play 6 Degrees of SNL. So I'm gonna list 3 Saturday Night Live hosts, past hosts, and I'm gonna list 3 musical guests, and you are going to have to name who was the host of that musical guest. Like, what episode did they appear in?
I don't really feel like 6 Degrees of SNL is a good title for this.
All right, what are your options? What are some alternates for it?
I don't know.
Okay, well that was real constructive criticism.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're gonna name 3 hosts and 3 musical guests. Do they match up?
You have to match them up.
Okay, so they are like all of the players are on the board basically. You just have to sort of draw a line between the 2 columns.
Yeah, Leah, can you go? Do you mind going first and to show kind of Megan how it's done?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Show her how it's done.
Let's show her how it's done.
All right,
Rob.
so your 3 hosts.
Mhm.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Jeremy Renner, Scarlett Johansson. By the way, the theme is Avengers. We're talking about Avengers people.
Nice. Okay.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow in Avengers? She's in
the Avengers.
Is she?
She's in the movie The Avengers.
Is she?
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah, no, she plays Pepper Potts.
Yeah, in Iron Man. Is that in Avengers?
Yeah, she's on a plane the entire time. No, wait, no. No, then they have that whole thing where Tony Stark's like, you came up with 12% of this tower. She's like, 12%? And then they make out or something. That was the scene.
Yeah. Remember?
No. No.
So your 3 people again, Jeremy Renner, Scarlett Johansson, Gwyneth Paltrow. And your 3 musical guests, Arcade Fire, Maroon 5, CeeLo Green.
Arcade Fire? Wait, give me the musical guest again.
Arcade Fire, Maroon 5, CeeLo Green.
Arcade Fire, Maroon 5, CeeLo Green. And I have Gwyneth Paltrow, Jeremy Renner, and Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go Gwyneth Paltrow, CeeLo Green, Scarlett Johansson, Maroon 5, and Jeremy Renner, Arcade Fire.
Gwyneth Paltrow, CeeLo Green is correct. The other two are incorrect. It's
Fine,
Johansson,
fine.
Arcade Fire, Renner, Maroon 5. So 1 point to Leah.
Fine.
Megan, do you understand how the
Yes.
game works?
I do. I'm gonna write them. I'm gonna type them in a blank email so I keep track. But go for it.
All right. Megan is much more technologically prepared for this game than Leah.
I'm bad at names. That's all.
All right, your three names. Three names.
Okay. Yeah.
Natalie Portman,
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson,
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Jesus. Okay.
And your three musical guests: Bjork, Ben Folds 5, Fall Out Boy.
Hey, Natalie Portman, Fall Out Boy, because I have that episode on my computer. I'm in the Fall Out Boy fan club. Deal with it. I'm gonna say
Leah
Samuel.
is looking horrified.
Those are
I
for Samuel L. Jackson. Those are both like really weird musical guests. Like all of those are atrocious options for Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm gonna say Samuel Jackson, Ben Folds 5, and ScarJo Bjork.
Those are all correct. Congratulations. You got 3 out of 3.
Sorry, I'm a really sore winner.
Okay. All right, so next we're going to play calendar trivia based on everyone's favorite Saturday Night Live calendar. Now, for anybody who hasn't tuned in before, I bought a Saturday Night Live desktop calendar, or table calendar, for half price. And on the back of it, it said, hey, guess what? Not only does it have trivia on the front, it has bonus trivia on the back. And I'm like, cool.
Which have nothing to do with SNL.
And then I opened it, and the bonus trivia has nothing to do with SNL. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask each of you, alternating 3 questions that are related to SNL. And then every round there's going to be a bonus question from the back of the calendar that has nothing to do with SNL at all. So for a bonus point, whoever chimes in can get that question or get that point.
Awesome.
All right, so Leah,
Yep.
a lot of these are going to be really easy.
Awesome.
What vegetable does Derek Stevens, played by Dana Carvey, sing about to try and impress record executives?
Broccoli.
Correct. There you go. Look how easy it can be, guys. It's so
Oh my
easy.
God,
It's so
he's only
fun.
been singing that song for 20 years.
I feel like
Megan?
I'm about to get the hardest question. Yeah.
No. Megan, who voices the ambiguously gay duo?
Oh shit. It's Colbert and I don't remember the other guy.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trash.
Wow. I'm
I
going.
didn't know that at all. I wouldn't have gotten Colbert.
Oh, well, it's Colbert and Steve Carell.
Oh, darn.
Leah, you can be the judge. Should she get a half point for Colbert since you seem impressed? with
Absolutely.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
half point for Colbert.
I'll take it. Thanks. I'm sorry, everyone.
I thought
Oh, wait,
these
no,
were.
she's 3 points ahead of me. No.
No, too late. It's already added. I thought these were really easy. All right. And finally, for bonus point, unscramble this word for a unscramble this for a February word.
Oh,
Fuck.
OCRMNAIT.
No, I'm not
OC.
doing it.
do it again.
OCRMNAIT.
Okay.
You have 5 seconds.
Just give her a point. I don't care.
Mordecai. It's Mordecai.
No. The correct answer is romantic. Moving on.
Oh. It's not Mordecai? It's disappointing.
Leah. It's always disappointing when it's not Mordecai. Am I right? Everyone loves Mordecai. Leah. What animal costume did Paul Simon wear when he sang Still Crazy after all these years?
Bear.
This is a famous moment. Come on. Turkey costume.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You are correct. You are correct, sir. That
Oh,
happened.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I do want
Yeah.
you guys to double check my answers. Good.
No, I remember that. Yeah. Let's.
Megan, What
Yeah.
NFL coach do Bill Swirsky and the Superfans idolize?
Oh, shit. Ditka? Is that right?
Correct, Mike Ditka.
Ah.
All right, bonus points. If you clean your air filter in your car, what percentage of gas mileage will you save?
Buzz.
Go.
I don't know.
Oh, is this a bonus question?
Yeah,
What
why did you
percentage?
buzz in there?
5%.
No, Megan, do you have a guess?
You don't save any mileage on your car by changing your air filter.
No, you actually save 7% of your gas mileage.
Are you
I
joking?
win. I win. I was so close. Come on.
Guys, this is
give her the
basic. This is basic SNL trivia. Come on.
Don't you love how like me and Megan are like, give her points. Give her points. There's one of
Basic
the guys
SNL
that's like,
trivia.
no points for anybody.
So does this mean I should change my air filter in my car? I've had it for like 7 years.
Yes, you
Never
absolutely
changed
should.
it.
Probably. You're probably still dying. I don't know.
You're
I don't
probably
know,
breathing
man.
in rat dust poop.
All I know is that you could save $100 for every 10,000 miles you drive, Megan.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of cheddar.
I feel like we are now doing commercials for car air filters.
For air filters, you know, those things that are
That's
advertised
a
on
lot of
television
cheddar.
constantly.
I should change it. Is there a particular brand that you think we should use, Rob?
Grain exportation brand
Grain exportation brand car air
for
filter.
when you need that fresh scent of grain.
Yeah.
God.
All right, Leah.
Yes.
Final round of calendar trivia.
Mhm.
Although there will be 2 bonuses on this one because.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so
Okay.
excited. I'm
What
about to
country?
kill myself, so ask me.
What country do the wild and crazy guys come from?
Oh, fuck. I should know. Austria?
No, Czechoslovakia.
Well, no, I wasn't done. I was thinking out loud.
Oh, no, too late. Maybe you can get some bonus points on the bonus questions. Megan.
Yeah.
What Jimmy Fallon character is annoyed by technologically inept people?
Oh no! I don't remember his name. He's like a tech support guy, right? And he goes and supports
I
technology.
need you to be more specific.
I don't remember his name. There's no way.
I'm sorry. It's Nick Burns, your company's computer guy. All right, but here's the thing. You can both come back. There's 2 rounds of bonus trivia.
We can't both come
Thank
back.
God.
One of us has to be winning. What are you talking
No,
about?
you can both come back. You can both come back from failure.
Are we both losing in your eyes?
In my eyes, in the viewer's eyes, in America's eyes. Guys, what do you call it when you dream in color?
Technicolor.
No.
Just dreaming usually.
No, it's...
Us personally, or is there like an actual correct answer for this?
The answer is a pigment of your imagination.
That's
No,
not a
that's
trivia
That's
question.
not.
Moving
that's
on.
Not saying.
Moving
Come on. Fuck off.
Gosh, why do I do this podcast?
Complete this quote from Lao Tzu. Being deeply... Lao Tzu, come on.
Is that a band?
I don't know what is happening.
Being deeply
philosopher.
loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you what?
Herpes.
Power?
Courage. It's courage. I'll give Leah a half point for herpes.
I'll back that. You know what? I'll support that decision. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that's the end of calendar trivia. Really positive round, everybody. Really good.
Fuck off, Rob. You're not better than us just because you have a calendar with questions on it.
I think that's exactly why I'm better. All right, Megan is up 4.5 points to Leah's 2.5 points.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I've brought shame on my house.
All right, it's time for Sketch or Sketchy.
There's
this is
another
stupid
round of
shit.
this?
This is the final round.
Me and Megan are just like, God damn it. Megan
Final
wins.
round. Final round.
Okay,
We
okay,
just
so-
lost our only viewer. Final round. Oh no, he's back. Viewer's back. Welcome back, one live viewer. We're going to play Sketch or Sketchy. This game is where I'm going to give you a one-line description of a real sketch and a fake sketch, and you have to identify which is which from the
Right.
entire history of SNL.
Okay.
Leah,
Uh-huh.
which of these two sketches is real? A president's wife sabotages his re-election campaign so they can have more sex.
Nice.
A construction worker doesn't understand why they don't start at the top of a building and build downward for once.
I feel like the first one is just that guy's quote, and that's just courage. So I'm gonna go with building a building down.
No, I made that up. The correct answer was a sketch where Jimmy Carter's wife reveals that he lost the re-election because she wanted to have more sex with him, and she sabotaged his campaign.
I've been there. Ugh,
Real?
I've heard that once. I've heard it 1,000 times. You know.
Megan,
Yeah.
which of these two sketches are real? Aliens are revealed to leave meaningless crop circles just to mess with people.
It's that one. It's that one, Megan.
Or rednecks go hunting for communists.
Well, it's definitely the crop circle one. I've never redneck. Why would rednecks go hunting for communists? Like,
I'm sorry, rednecks go hunting for communists.
What? Rob, you're too good at writing these. You're just too good at writing these.
so
Yeah.
explain what happened with the communist action. What?
It was from, as well as the Jimmy Carter sketch from earlier, it was from the horrible 1980 to 1981 season. And the premise of the sketch was that rednecks go hunting to shoot communists, or Jewish people, or black people, if I remember.
Any of them.
You know, yeah.
Just, yeah.
The 80s were a different time.
Different time, folks.
Speaking of, Leah,
Yeah.
is this which of these two? One of them kind of related to what I just said.
Okay, yeah.
A Weekend Update bit about how slavery is still technically legal, and thus urging white viewers to go tell black people that they're their masters.
I don't believe you would have written that at all.
Imagine if he did. Imagine if Rob has this weird dark side of like.
He's so scared of being racist. There's no way Rob wrote that. It's that one. It's that one. Don't even tell me the other one.
Alright, that's correct.
What was the other one? What was the one that you tried to pass as an SNL sketch? What was it?
A karaoke bar that only has classical instrumental pieces.
Nice. All right. Okay.
I like that in Leah's mind, my only defining aspect is that the only way she can tell my writing from other people's writing is that I don't want to be racist.
Yeah. No, there's no way. You're not gonna go that edgy route.
I'll show you. Next week, all edgy. Megan. A man tries to have a heart-to-heart conversation with his wife, who is played by a monkey. Or in a singing hospital, patients keep dying because their doctors are distracted by breaking into song.
I want to say that the monkey one is real.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Yep, correct. The monkey is real.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
It is real.
The monkey is real. Our motto here at Deep
You don't like edgy stuff. You don't like writing about animals. So we've added another.
Leah,
Uh-huh.
a Weekend Update bit from a former cast member saying that the show is so bad that people should send postcards to put SNL to sleep, 30 Rockefeller Plaza. Or an ad for CSI, Petty Crimes spinoff.
Oh. I feel like I've seen both of these. Is that an option? I
No.
feel like I've seen both of them.
No.
I'm going to go for Petty Crimes.
That's incorrect. It was
Oh,
Al Franken
shit.
on Weekend Update
Oh!
in the 80s telling people to send postcards to put SNL to sleep at 30 Rockefeller
Wait.
Plaza.
I quit.
Megan,
Flip a
Yeah.
fucking table.
Mr. Monopoly is arrested by a lisping cop. Or a committee in charge of creating the universe argues what color the sky should be.
Okay. I think it's the Mr. Monopoly one because I think that doesn't have enough details to be a Rob Moden premise. I feel like you
I'm
would
learning
try-
so much about myself, and so I'm going to have to stay ahead of myself later. It is. It's the Mr. Monopoly sketch was the sketch that got Damon Wayans fired because he played that cop as a lisping gay stereotype when he was not supposed to.
There you go.
Interesting.
So Megan, you learn on this podcast. You learn in this trivia game. It's not just for me to mess around with people. It's about
I don't
education.
feel like that's true because I don't remember any of the other previous questions ever. So
I remember when you said Fall Out Boy on the podcast, and I got excited. That's all, though.
I love when Robin starts rubbing his face. He does it so much when I'm talking.
That's the end of the podcast. So Megan wins 6.5 to
Wait,
Leah
we didn't get
3.5.
bonus questions.
Oh, should I? Do you want me to bring bonus questions from the calendar into that round as well?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Leah. If you get this question, you win the entire game.
What? Okay. Okay, I'll allow it.
February 11th was what holiday? I'm remembering this off the top of my head.
February 11th?
Yep.
National Pancake Day?
No, it was National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day.
Really? I like
Yeah.
that. I'm going to mark that on my calendar for next year.
Do you remember that?
I'm
Because
just
you
going to
cried
throw milk around and not cry.
that day, today.
I'm constantly spilling milk and then just blubbering like a buffoon.
I believe it. Ugh,
Mhm.
this guy.
I forgot how to speak for a second, and no one checked to make sure I was okay. Cool.
That's all.
Well, that's the podcast, everyone. Thanks
Yeah,
for tuning
basically.
in.
Do people want to say where people can find them?
Sure.
Sure.
Are we doing it alphabetical again? Like,
Sure.
Oh,
Giggly podcast. Leah.
Hey, so I'm Leah. You can find me at Leah Sueko on the Twitter sphere.
Megan.
you can find me at youtube.com/Megan MacKay or on Twitter at MMMEG.
Wait, what was the first one?
My name.
Oh, you
youtube.com
just
slash
gave your name. Oh.
MacKay.
Your full legal
people-
name is youtube.com/Megan MacKay.
On my birth certificate. What do you want to fight about that? I'll fight you on it.
Your parents predicted YouTube.
Parents were
Something-
pioneers of the time. That's insane.
Mhm.
So wait, you go by Megan, but your first name's actually YouTube.
.com/
My full birth name is http://youtube.com.
Yeah, that's kind of an awkward name.
even-
Megan's better.
I even like that they predicted that you would soon be able to just eliminate the www dot from
The World Wide Web, yeah.
But not the HTTP. You have to use the hypertext.
You still have to
protocol.
type in the HTTPS. Yeah. My
Don't
parents
forget
were
the
wild.
hypertext protocol. Don't do it. Wow. Thank you to the one viewer who is still sticking with us.
Why? Why are you still here? We love
He's
you.
been here since he or she has been here since the beginning, celebrating International Women's Day with us.
International Women's Day.
Sorry for
Alright.
ruining your day.
They're
friend.
it's probably just fodder in the background for them. They probably don't even know what they stumbled upon.
It could be
they're
my
just-
mom. It could legitimately be my mother.
It could be Mrs. HTTPS herself.
All right, I think that's it. Okay, you can find me at twitter.com/RobExists, and that's it. Go subscribe to Trivia Club Network on YouTube, on iTunes. Go to triviaclub.blogspot.com for the official point tally, and our Comedy 100, where we rank comedians who did stuff in 2014 and say stuff about it as if we have any rights to judge their
I'm
work.
on there. Are you on there, Megan? The Comedy
Yeah,
100?
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, we're all on there.
We all say pithy comments about people.
Yeah. We all judge people's comedy.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.